I could never imagine myself sitting behind the desk. I'm quite an active person and always been working with people. And I thought that as a programmer, you just sat behind the desk and pushing buttons like a little T-Rex. But I mean, it was so much more than that. I mean, I realized that once I started working. And I also think that building integrations is very creative. So you get a problem and you don't know how to solve it. And then you get to dive in and find a solution. And when you get that aha moment, I think that's addictive.
Yeah.
That's a really good commercial slogan for integration.
Action. Welcome, Jenny, to Integration Love Story. It's a pleasure having you. And yeah, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We've been asking to have you on this show for a bit of a time now, but we're glad that we finally made it.
Yes, it was hard to coordinate, but also you don't live in the same city, and like there was a lot of things. Life happens, so
Life happens.
but we are here now, so it's great.
We are very glad to have
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and by the way, congratulations for the last nomination in. Like you have been nominated for Ace Aviator months ago or something. Was it
Yeah,
last
in
month?
August.
In
Thanks.
August? Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think that someone recently got it as well. Congrats to you too, Robin.
Where's your t-shirt?
I didn't get one. What's about that? Why didn't I get a T-shirt?
I can we can try to fix something. Yes,
This is a shout out to the
to the Ace Aviator community.
Send
Yes.
out the t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. I created myself. So
Yeah, we can try to get some more stickers.
yeah. But before we dig into integration and everything that this podcast is about, we definitely want to know more about you. So yeah, please introduce yourself and add something extra that maybe people don't know.
Oh, that people don't know. That. I mean, what should I say then? But hey, I'm Jenny. I live in the north of Sweden, in a little town, or maybe not that little, but uh, near the coast. It's called Skellefteå. So, together with my two children, they are 6 and 8. So quite a busy life schedule. I work at Theater Tech Services, but we recently switched name. We haven't come out yet with the branding, but we now called Vivicta. Haven't said that out loud so many times, but Vivicta, it is now. So I work as an integration architect, build integration solutions, mostly towards Swedish public sector customers, but also with industrial customers. We collaborate a lot with our D365 teams. But something that people don't know, but I guess it's not a secret that I worked as a pediatric nurse before I went into IT, but maybe not everyone knows that. So my bachelor is actually in nursing, not in data science.
So the obvious question is what happened and yeah, why?
Yeah, why? What
Yes.
happened? Why? I don't know. How do you transition from that? Well, I recently got it was when I got my first daughter, and I felt that I wanted to do something else, but I was kind of clueless, like what do I want to do when I grow up? I didn't know. And my sister, she had studied system science and was actually working as an integration developer, and she was like, you would love it. And I was like, no, you can't put me behind the desk. That's never going to work. So then she sent me some programming exercises, like those small ones where you build like hello world in Java or something, and I got hooked. I really enjoyed it. So, and yeah, the rest maybe is history. I started studying data science, but I only read half a year, and then I got offered the job.
All right.
Right. That's
So
great. That's amazing, actually.
a quick transition.
Yeah, I like. I didn't get a computer science education either, so we are in the same boat there.
Yeah.
So really, really good and inspiring.
And I spent 3 years in school, university, and I came out the other way. And yeah, system integration. What is this? I don't know. So I guess we all start on the same like blank page.
Yes, exactly. Even if you studied, yeah,
Doesn't matter.
exactly.
It doesn't matter.
But
I mean, it's a great way to learn,
yeah,
work life experience. It's
yeah.
it's the best way.
And your work life experience before that was nursing, and now you said you work a lot with public sector. What can you bring from your nursing experience to actually what you're doing at the moment?
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually never worked, towards explicit like healthcare systems.
Mm,
But um, I think that, I mean, one thing that you never that you always get is the people.
mm,
Mm.
So, I mean, what is important when you work with integrations? You need to know the systems, you
mm,
need to know the customers. For me, in order to build good integration solutions, I need to know of the systems and the people that are going to manage them. I mean, how are they using it?
mm,
I think when you get that, you get a really good solution.
mm,
So I think maybe the people part I definitely bring, the listening part, and maybe the ability to also translate. I guess that's the same thing when you work in um, as a nurse, because you get all this medical technical things, and then you need to translate it to how is this affecting you as a person. And I mean, it's the same thing in IT. You get
mm.
all this techie lingo, and then you need to translate it towards the customers so they actually know what you're doing, and to build that trust.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We actually, I
Yeah.
mean, not us, but a small shout out to Contica employee Amanda, who actually wrote
Mm.
about integrators being like the doctors of system, and like you need to
Yeah.
really understand what the customer actually want, and
You
yeah,
just
Yeah.
ask, no, ask a question. Is it like it's like do this investigation to actually understand. You
yeah,
cannot just
mm,
uh, diagnose people with things. You
no,
just say, well, you know better, of course.
yeah,
But I
But
mean, it's people. They want you to listen. They want to hear what's their biggest pain and how can we fix it. And I think it's not like one size fits all. It needs to be customer focused.
mm,
but talking about that, like it's like since you seemed like you have been also jumping between roles, you seemed like you're really genuine about working with people and talking to them. So what will be a day of your work will look like? Like how can you describe it? And a Jenny day, not
A
a
Jenny
normal
day,
task. Yes, a
mm,
Jenny day.
a normal Jenny day.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, well, usually we start off with some Scrum meetings. I jump from different projects, so of course a day could differ a little bit depending on what project you're in. But
mm,
usually, like a Scrum meeting, to catch up in the project, align with the teams, and figure out what do I need to focus on today. Usually, then I jump into customer meetings.
mm,
Um, it could be uh, strategic talk, architecture deep dives, or I also help out with pre-sales. So
mm,
sometimes it could be like investigating new opportunities for the company.
Mm.
And I've been working lately a lot with BizTalk migration,
mm.
helping customers modernize. So their integration. So lot of focus there in
Sound
this.
interesting. I like Bistok. It's one of
Yeah, a lot of our guests like Bistalk,
yes,
so
yeah. I don't like when people say like Bistok is dead, Bistok is old. It's like no, it's not. It's really good.
it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's just not relevant anymore. But it's still good.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, it's a robust system. It has been working for a long time.
Mm.
So I think
and
that lots of customers would still use it if it wasn't for that end of date.
Yeah.
yeah, I believe so. But also, I don't think so. that maybe will take me to the next question.
Mm.
I don't think that you would be able to use Besto, because if you really want to jump into this AI and the new
Mm.
technology and all of this, how would you see the people using Besto jumping into that?
No, I mean, that would be hard. And I guess that's also, as you see it, you mean an opportunity to also modernize the work, to maybe use the technology that we have today and also to future proof it. Like, what are the technology of tomorrow? And how can we use that if we have an old solutions? It's going to be difficult.
What is the? I mean, since you're involved in pre-sales and such activities, and also that you're really customer focused, do you have anything like where we've seen a possibility with, like, if you really do this, you don't, you not only you migrate, you also modernize and you're able to innovate. Do you have such an example of a specific thing that you've seen in, yeah, any of your customers that you can? Hmm.
Yeah, well, I think that I mean, I mean, I have a lot of customers, as I mentioned, in the public sector,
Hmm.
and they have a little different approach than if you look at the private sector, of course. So I think that the question there depends on what customer you are looking at.
Hmm.
But if we look for the at the public sector, they still have a lots of legacy systems
Hmm.
and lots of file-based system.
Mm.
And one of my colleagues, he said, like, on a file crusade. I want to end all the files. I like that saying.
A file crusade.
And
Yeah,
all, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it is nice. A file crusade.
Where can I join this crusade?
exactly. Come to Vivicta and join us.
Yeah.
No, kidding. But so I guess that, I mean, when we want to use the new technology and we want to use, all the event driven or event based, I mean, it's it's impossible when you have these old legacy systems. And also you get, often they have this spaghetti architecture. Everything is just a mess.
Mm.
So if we can sort of help them to, you don't need to do everything. Uh, you don't need to do it all in once. You can do it, in small portion. But maybe when you start to see that you are decoupling the systems, then you will also get more benefits from
Mm.
the system, and you can maybe reuse them. And I think that that's where you start to see that we get more effective,
Mm.
um, also, and all security, I would say, also for the
Mm.
public sector,
Yeah.
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 easier to secure because everything is not like a spaghetti mess.
Talking about spaghetti, and like you were saying, because I just got a thought about this and have a picture of someone created the spaghetti.
Mm.
Someone did that,
Yeah.
decided, okay, let's do that. And oh my God, look at my spaghetti. It looks
Mm.
good. And then someone else comes and say, oh, no, this is not good. And then they do their own spaghetti.
Mm.
But,
Hmm.
but like, yeah, it's because it's usually that's what I have seen,
Yeah.
like from time to time. And then are we doing overcomplicated integrations just because we want it to be more complicated? Can we do it in a different way, since it's all about people and business process? What's your take on that? Do you think that we are like overthinking the systems and overbuilding our spaghetti?
Definitely, as maybe not all the time, but yes, I think that we are over complicating lots of things. Sometimes doesn't have to be that complicated.
Mm.
That you want to make everything needs to be reusable, everything needs to be in a certain way, and you end up with a quite advanced architecture. And
Mm.
also, I think one of the hardest thing, I don't know if you have seen this as well, but why do we want to use an integration platform? I mean, it's easier to just connect directly to point,
Mm.
and I think that is something, when you start doing that, you're just connecting point to point to point to point, and then, as you say, you're just moving one spaghetti mess to another spaghetti mess.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
and no one likes untangling spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and yes, but I just realized because I myself now thinking a lot lately about do we this integration scenario doesn't need to be that complicated. It just I'm thinking I'm getting an email or a file or something from somewhere and just sending it to someone else. Some
but isn't that about like if you need to, as a integration specialist, really review every integration and every possibility to actually be more effective, than to actually bring the, how do you say, the best business case and the best solution. Not only like we need to do it this way because it sounds in our strategy. It's more like
Yeah, it's
do it.
best
Yeah,
practice. You have to have the best
yeah,
practice.
yeah. I had an interesting breakfast day with another guy who talked about that he often sees that the IT side overcomplicate things,
Mm.
even though, because they don't listen to what the business actually wants. They say like, this is a short-term solution, but anyhow we build a very complex system. Like, can we just fix it, because we
Yes,
were not going to have it in 2 years.
Yeah.
exactly. Just
Different.
go talk to Jenny. She knows about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
business.
yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I guess that you also have been in a meeting and someone is describing something and you feel like, oh my God, I don't understand this. What is this complicated
Mm.
thing? And then you start to deep dive a little bit into it and ask question, and then you realize it's just an API call. Why are you making it so difficult?
Yes, but but
That's
but
good.
since we're talking about spaghettis and mess, we
Yeah.
missed the question. But it's a good like the last guest we had said, can you ask the next guest, Jenny, what's the biggest integration mess you've seen?
Mm. Yeah, I'm just laughing because it was quite recently actually.
Fresh
It
mind.
was yes, really fresh one. For a really large industrial company. It was in Azure, and they sort of dodged all the best practices that you could dodge.
Mm.
I don't even understand how it was possible that they actually missed everything. I don't think they had anything right.
Mm,
It was like resource groups spread everywhere, resources spread everywhere. No one knew anything.
mm,
They had built so complex solutions with like web interfaces and uh, SOAP API integrations that was so advanced and difficult, and no one knew how they worked. It was like, yeah, this is working. Can you just please take this over? We don't even know where the code is.
mm,
Um, they did they copied the JSON from a dev to production. That was how they deployed their solutions,
mm,
and then they have hard coded values in the entire code. So then they had to sit and add remove the
mm,
uh, dev hard coded values in production, and then
mm,
it's like, yeah, we have some issues where we have fixed one thing, and then it sort of ends up again in production, and then you
mm.
sit there like, I wonder why.
But it's
But
like
how do you, I mean, when you talk about it now, it's even like you explain it, and when I hear it and Ahmed hears it, we're like, all of us like start to like,
not
what
sit
Yeah,
out.
I don't know. How do you react when you hear such a thing?
I mean, it's a sensitive situation, of course, because when the customer have built something, you don't want to step on their toes,
Mm,
but you also need to be honest with them.
mm,
And I think that if you look at the facts, that's sort of how I do the
Mm.
take on when I meet customers or people in these kind of situation. You go back to the facts. So
mm,
like,
mm,
this is what you have today,
mm,
these are the risks, and
mm.
this is how we want to solve it, and this is where you will end up if we can help you with this.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's a good approach usually, or at least I have never been in a situation where it hasn't been appreciated, because of course the customers somehow also have been in contact with us because they realize, hey,
Mm.
we need help.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I also think it's important to be honest, but of course, you can do that without saying this is a really shitty job. You can say it in nicer words, but still being honest.
But I guess that's what you also mentioned in the beginning. That's the people side of it. You need to
Yeah.
like meet them where they are and understand why they're there. I mean,
Yeah.
no one did that because of malice behavior. It's just like they did
No.
it because they wanted to solve a problem, and yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, usually what you hear is that, yeah, we lost a lot of people, there's a lot of new ones, and if I took over that mess from another one, and he took over that mess from another one,
Mm,
and you don't have the time. That's usually why you end up with those messy scenarios, lack
yeah,
of time.
yeah, yeah.
But it's funny because I am really wishing now that someone come and take over what they think about my miss, because I made a miss before.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of
I-
course. That's also how you learn, I guess.
yes.
I've been at this company to get a lot of shit from us because
Yes, exactly. It's
when I was developing and being an architecture, I hear
yeah.
some once in a while. It's like, yeah, we built that now, Robin. Thanks for the mess.
So yeah, it's my share is full of
Thank you,
miss
no problem.
myself.
Yeah.
But like talking about that, like what's like the most honest mistake you did while building integration?
I think that I have been a little lucky because I made mistakes, but they haven't been that bad.
Oh,
It hasn't been like, ooh, I missed sending paycheck for an entire municipality. It hasn't been something like that. I have had colleagues that sort of made that mistake. Uh,
yeah.
but I early on, actually in my career, I was working with a municipality in Sweden, and it was for an older integration platform, and it was sort of divided into two workspaces. So
Mm,
all the integration was in a specific workspace,
mm,
and then they had like a production workspace and they had a test workspace. And sometimes when you needed to go in and do some fixes, you needed to um, close down the workspace.
mm.
So I did my fixes. I also think I was home with 6 children, so I was sort of, in a hurry. Uh, and then, it was a small fix, and then I restarted the workspace. All good. I turned off my computer. I also think I maybe put away my phone because I had small children. They were home and were sick. And then a few hours later, when I got back to my phone, I had lots of missing calls from colleagues like, hey, we are getting a phone call from this municipality that's wondering why these workflows or integration has started up again, because these are really old and they have tried to send lots of files to their old bank. And I was like, oh shit, I
Wow.
started the wrong workspace. So I restarted an old copy of a production workspace. So that wasn't so good. Uh,
So we asked this question before also. I mean, when you did that mistake and you actually received the call, I mean, from the second you didn't know about that mistake to, I mean, how long did it take for you to actually know? I know exactly what happened, and getting
Sort of
chills.
when they called. It's
Yeah.
sort of when they said, like, do you know anything about it? Like, yeah, shit, I probably restarted the wrong workspace. Because it was something that you did that every time you needed, because as I mentioned, it was an older integration platform, so every time you needed to do a bigger change, you sort of stopped the workspace and then restarted it. So in the
Mm.
beginning, you are really good at double checking, okay, this is the right workspace, but then when you get a little bit warmer in the clothes, you like just click click click, I'm done.
Yes, exactly. When you get
Next.
comfortable, yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shouldn't get comfortable.
No, you
And also,
shouldn't get comfortable.
yeah. I did a mistake also once. It's not about me, but it was like I saw like the, how do you say, the headline of the email, and I knew
Yeah,
exactly what I was like.
yeah.
So yeah, it took
Yeah,
like
And it's
it's
so bad
0.5
when
seconds.
you know it directly. I mean, when you directly know, like, oh shit, I know what I did.
And the issue is like now when we are talking about it, I still remember. It's like I'm traumatized. I remember
Yeah.
all of those things. No, I don't want to mention that.
I remember I ran to office because I was on my way to work and I saw the headline on my phone and I was like, oh shit, I need to be at my computer in 2 minutes. Like ran to work. I know exactly what I've done. But all right. So speaking of like mistakes and everything, but we also spoke about messes and what's coming the next
Mm.
the next type of technology that actually makes you in what kind of technology that you see in the future is coming are you interested in? What do you feel like can change the space?
Well, I mean, I think it's mandatory to say AI,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I think that you
Like,
can't say anything
you
else.
can't say anything else.
Yeah, because
But yeah.
I think that we need to be up to date with that,
Mm.
or else I think you're going to have a hard time,
yeah. Hmm.
even maybe in a couple of years.
Hmm.
But I mean, me and my team, as of today, besides that, we actually work a lot now with Logic Apps Hybrid,
Mm.
and have a customer that we are actually started migrating
Hmm.
from BizTalk to Logic Apps Hybrid on Azure Local. So I think
That's
that's, yeah, so that's really, I think that's a really fun project to be in, so that we have like the Microsoft stack from the
mm,
hardware
Hmm.
to the software. So that's going to be
that's
an
really good. And
interesting
that's
project.
also will enable you to the AI, because if you have that, then you can just add also AI, because
Hmm.
the deployment has AI functions. It's just like
Yeah,
Hmm.
others,
yeah,
which is actually an amazing thing if you think about it. You
Hmm.
get local and AI,
Hmm.
yeah, exactly.
but I haven't tested the AI functionality yet. So maybe you would tell us more about it when you.
We need to have a new need to have a webinar about this since you've tested it already. I'm actually quite jealous
Why?
The
because they started building it.
Aha,
We're confident, yeah.
No,
Look
integration
out.
space yeah. No, I mean we should, yeah, you should recognize, how do you say, game recognize game. I think it's good
game
work.
recognized game. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
good that you started with it, and it's actually good that we have that we soon then, or maybe already have examples where you can learn from. And
That's actually, it's really good. I
mm,
think that because I think this deployment will help a lot of people and a lot
mm,
of organizations to
yeah,
move on
yeah. So
with their migration.
yeah, real life scenarios are out of this, so it's yeah, it's just big ups for you guys
Yeah,
because it's
great
nice.
job.
Great
Yeah.
job. Mm,
So, and I mean, no one maybe wants to go out first, but you
mm,
definitely learn a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. So that's
Yes.
fun.
Trust
Mm,
me. Yeah. It's
mm,
it's we still in the journey a bit on like trying with that, but it's really it's a bit challenging
mm,
Mm.
uh, for some organizations to accept that. Ah,
mm,
should we be the first,
mm,
like you say?
Yeah, and I mean, I can understand that
mm,
it's quite risky to go out first.
mm,
Mm.
Also,
yeah.
Yes. Now we will have a really close eye on you, so
Yeah.
we want to hear all
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah.
Great. So we talked about actually when it started, like the love story.
Mm,
We need to. We didn't ask this question properly.
mm,
She mentioned it fast
mm,
and saying that she went from nursing and then she got interested.
mm.
But like, I don't believe that you can just be in nursing and then suddenly you are in tech. You must have been in tech before that. You must have had some kind of a spark before that, right?
no, no, actually not. I
Oh,
mean, I've always enjoyed like video games and
yeah, there
so,
you go.
but
Something.
I mean, I have never been like an IT nerd, if you can say
Mhm.
it like that.
But are you
Uh,
IT nerd now?
I don't know. What is the definition of an IT nerd? Maybe I am. I don't know.
It sounds like you're an IT nerd, actually. That's what I hear.
Yeah, maybe I am.
Mhm,
But I think, the I think actually it sort of grew on me,
mm,
uh, because as I said, I could never imagine myself sitting behind the desk I'm quite an active person and always been working with people. And I thought that as a programmer, you just sat behind the desk and pushing buttons like a
Mm.
little T-Rex. Uh, but I mean, it was so much more than that. I mean, I realized that once I started working, and I also think that um, you know, building integrations is also um, it's also like how do you say it in English? Um, Creative. For me, it's very creative. So you
Mm.
get a problem and you don't know how to solve it,
Mm.
and then you get to dive in and find a solution.
Mm.
And when you get that aha moment,
Mm.
I think that's addictive.
Yeah.
That's a really good commercial slogan for integration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone listening to this, if they're integrators or programmers, I think they understand what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I like how you put it. It's just easy,
Yeah.
like easy to understand. This how our most of us, our their brains, how they
Yeah.
work. It's
But
My
do you have an example? For example, I mean, we spoke about IT now, but do you have like a integration love spark? I mean, when you find like integration is my thing.
I don't think it was like love at first sight. I think it definitely was something that grew. You know, my hiring manager, the first I mean, he took a huge risk, of course, hiring
Mm.
me when I only had like half a year
Mm.
study
Mm.
experience. He also did a bad job selling it in because he was like, well, integration isn't sexy, but
Mm.
he probably said something good. I never heard the but afterwards. Like, oh, no, what have I done? Uh, but I think it, you know, it was like, maybe it's like a slow burn
Yeah.
when you sort of like finally realize that, okay, it's not just all about, we talked a little bit about that before. It's
Mm.
not all about the code
Mm.
or the integration platform, you know, the technical part. You
Mm.
also need to know of the system, of the
Mm.
process, of the people. In the beginning, I worked a lot with integration towards Swedish schools. And I
Mm.
mean, I had to learn a lot about that. How are the schools set up? How are the classes? What um, I mean, how does the municipality handle sensitive information for their students and all about that? And then you sort of realize, well, I learned a lot more than just the technical part.
Mm.
yeah.
So I think that's when I sort of felt like, wow, I'm in love and I can
Mm.
keep doing this for a long time.
But it's still there is a spark. It's not from the first sight.
There
It
is.
it took its time.
It took its
You
time.
Yeah.
still need to date for a while. Yeah,
Like
you dated for a while, and then it was good, and here we are. Yeah,
anything good takes time. You
yeah,
usually say,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you build a strong relationship.
Exactly.
yes.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
you've been kind of saying it, but can you set a word for like a how do you say non-obvious superpower that you should have as an integrator?
Mm. Yep, and we talked about it. I think listen. I,
Mm.
I think that's
Mm.
I think that's what at least I think it's a non-obvious superpower. I don't know if anyone else has said it before, but listen to the customers and because I think it builds trust
Mm.
to hear them out. And I mean, in the end, we are just people on the other side. So when
Mm.
you want to sell something, you sell it to another person. So
Mm.
if they don't trust you, they will not buy your solution
Mm.
or buy into that you can build a solution.
Exactly. No.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, that's true.
Mm.
Actually,
Mm.
but I have a lot of questions I want to ask them. I am trying now to not ask them because I know that we're gonna talk forever,
Yeah.
and I think we need to have some more conversations about something
I
else.
mean, we're gonna have a
Yeah.
episode soon talking about hybrid logic apps only.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we should not.
And we're gonna know everything about it. Everything. We're gonna know everything that we shouldn't know do, and then we will. Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Integration
good.
space community experienced.
That's
Wow.
what. But like, if you're gonna now, the last question is like, you're gonna be passing the mic to the
Mm.
next guest. If you want to suggest someone, please do that,
Mm.
or you can just give us a question and we just gonna give it to the next guest.
Sure. What type of questions should it be? Should it be like a fun one, or it could be
That's
my
up to you.
Up to you.
choose? You know, I like the magic wand question that they have
Uh-huh.
in Ace of Aviator. So it would have been fun, like um some take on that. Like if you would have a magic wand and you can fix anything in your daily life, it couldn't. I mean, it doesn't even have to make sense. What would you fix?
Mm.
Like, say that you could build a mapping that could fix all the socks
Mm.
when you take it out from the washing machine.
Yeah.
I
Find
mean,
them. Yes, find them to start with.
sorts your socks. That would be great.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
I thought that you will ask what's your favorite sauce that you put on your
Spaghetti.
architecture spaghetti.
Oh, oh, that baby would have been a good one too.
Just to match the vibe of the whole episode.
Next time we're speaking about spaghetti, we will definitely ask that question.
Yes.
But the
Spaghetti,
magic,
yeah.
The magic wand
wand
will
it's a-
definitely go.
yeah.
So thank you for joining us today. We really wanted to have more of this because this was an amazing chat with you, and we learned a lot already, and looking forward to learn more. And you definitely gonna be here again.
Mm.
So
if she accepts the invite,
yes,
you never know.
Exactly.
yeah, yes, she might like to
I
close
might
this.
ghost you
Not-
after this.
So nice speaking to you for the last time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So yeah, thank you so much, Jenny, and thank you so much for your time.
Yes,
Thank you. It has been wonderful to
Thank
be
you.
here.